quiet group here. What's going on?
Start off. Oh, sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Spec.
So,
age before beauty.
you were not pleased with what happened on Saturday, and your team came out strong and then went right back into it, give up a bunch of chances. Do you have a different view of a team that comes back and gives you 2 strong periods after that tonight?
Well, I had a hunch we weren't going to be very good tonight. We had a really hard practice yesterday, so you could tell there were some heavy legs out there. So I give them credit for hanging around. We got better as the game went on, which was good. So it's we got a chance to see Duncan Keith for the first time. We got, we're looking at some different things in our lineup. So a game like that gives you the ability to, things that I might try during the season. I had the ability to try some of those tonight. The only derogatory thing I would say tonight is we didn't take enough penalties because I want to watch some penalty killers. But that's not the worst thing in the world.
Would you ever ask a guy to just flip one over the boards, Dave, so he can get a penalty?
Well, if the score was the right score, I might.
Brendan Perlini just and he says, hey, things have been decent. And he knows, obviously, he's not going to score every game in the regular season, but he just continues to get noticed, and obviously goals are pretty important in the game. But that line, Dave, they've yet to be scored on 5-on-5 in the preseason. Is that maybe as impressive to you as much as the goals they've contributed?
Just, we're looking for little additional scoring there, and that's what they've been doing. So you got to give them credit for that, and I've had some talks with Parlini. I mean, the way that the makeup of our team, that line, like, they can't expect to go out there and get 20 minutes ice time and power play time to get their to make an impact. So they understand where they are. It's going to be probably around 10 minutes, and depending on how much special teams are in there, but they've got to go out and have an impact. And the impact can come through chipping in on scoring, could be going in momentum shifts where you play in the other end. Just have a positive influence on the game when you come out of it. And like you say, that line has the whole training camp. So you got guys that are working hard to try to find spots, and Thursday we'll look at the other line that's been in there and just see how it feels with the rhythm of the game. But it's the competition has been really good. Really, it's good for us because we have good depth. And I know there's some players that aren't going to start in the starting day lineup, but we need that depth to get through a season, and we've got good players in that depth. So that's good for the organization.
Those final decisions are obviously very difficult. How much can it change here in the next 4 days, really, for those decisions? Can a guy, make the team or lose the team in the next few games?
No, I think what it's going to do, we're going to kind of evaluate where we are after these 2 games, the game, and there's a rhythm that your lineup goes through and the way the game flows through, and that's why I wanted to play as close to what I would say is a normal game tonight as I can without, really chasing a matchup or doing something that you're taking people out of the game kind of thing. So you're trying to play people in roles that they would be in. Now, we've got another game to see where that goes. The end decision could come down to, do we need another penalty killer in there? Do we, is there a face-off guy? Is a veteran guy that's a stable guy in there a better fit than a young guy right now? Or does a young guy bring more energy? Is that what you're looking for, energy from that line on the bottom? So we have a lot of different options of people we're looking at right there. So, and I can't say any of them have played themselves out of the starting lineup, but it'll come down to what we're looking for in that mix of that bottom group that allows the lineup to kind of have the rhythm we're looking for.
This power play of yours, I mean, McDavid made mention of it earlier, that it can be almost a deterrent. Like, no team wants to take penalties, but against you guys, you really don't want to take penalties. Do you think that this is going to impact the way teams play against you?
Well, it's a weapon. It obviously, when you have a good power play, teams don't want to take penalties against you, so they'll try to be a lot more disciplined. So you're not going to have people coming out and trying to run you through the building. You can rack up a power play that can go out and have an impact on the game. So, that group's been together for a while now, so you know, they can be deadly when they get going.
Dave, you said you wanted to kind of tinker and learn some things about your lineup tonight. What did you learn or find out about Yamamoto, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman together? Third period there.
Well, we just looked at it. I wanted to see them in a situation like at the end of the game, 20 seconds left. Are they a good checking line? They're all real conscientious guys, working guys. They play structure well. So there's, you know, and that was a situation where down by a goal, you go into the third, you put Leon and Connor together, and you hope that next line gives you some real quality minutes. And you know, I'll go back and look at it. I think Nuge got dinged up there for a shift or two that he had to miss, and then Yamo got dinged up at the end of the game, so we didn't get as many shifts as we'd like. But we'll see how it goes. We might try some of that before the end of camp period. Try to get to. Again, it comes back to the rhythm of your lines and the situations you're using people in, and you know, McDavid and Draisaitl, they play well together, but Draisaitl's also good on his own, so you got to balance that out.
You talked about obviously getting Duncan Keith in his first game tonight. What did you think of him and the pairing with?
You know, I thought he's solid. That's you know, he's been up and going here for 2 days and jump out there, and he said he felt good, didn't feel any fatigue, but the timing and stuff is, you can tell he needs to get up and going here a little bit, but he understands the game so well, and we were looking to try to get him and Cece, you know, many looks as we can together. So we'll continue to do that on Thursday and just see where it goes from there.
And Connor McDavid was talking about that third goal that was scored and how he cut around and was tripped. He didn't like it. He thought it was a dangerous play. What did you think? And was there any kind of
look at it? It's a trip. If the guy doesn't drag his leg, Connor jumps inside of him, and he doesn't hit the goalie. It's a trip. Should have been a tripping call. Now the guy trips him, and he goes into Markstrom. He trips him 10 feet away from the goalie. All right, so whether he meant to do it or not, drag his leg, he dragged his leg, and Connor jumps in, and he gets tripped. I mean, it's a penalty. You know, I don't know if they were calling a penalty or not, but it's a penalty.
You've had a few opportunities to get a feel for a couple of the new forwards. Hyman, Fogle, give you something on that left wing in particular.
Mm-hmm.
What dynamic are they bringing? The dynamic you were hoping that they would?
Yeah, we had the one line of Derek Ryan and Fogle and Cass. We were looking for them to bring some good energy, and I thought they had some good shifts together. You know, it's to play well. You don't always have to put points on the board. You have to have an impact in the game, and we had talked to that line about trying some different things in the game. I want to go back and look at it, just see how much we accomplished, but not bad. And again, I could tell we had some fatigue and heavy legs in it. We had a hard practice, a lot of one-on-one and battle drills yesterday, so there was going to be some fatigue in it, and I like the way we hung in there. We battled through it.
You mentioned you had the tired legs. Nurse and Barry each played 27 minutes with that. I think about 3.5 or 4 on the power play. Is that kind of how you said you wanted to kind of?
No, it'll probably balance out a little from there, but
okay. So Boucher would play a little more ideally.
Yeah, I think there's a chance we'll see Chris Russell in with him on Thursday. He's the next day or two. I think he'll get cleared from the doctors, and we want to get him a game. We'll just see how that goes.
Dave, just a quick one back on Parlini. He's kind of surprising everyone with how he's playing in the preseason, but you know him a lot better than everyone else does. Is he surprising you, or is this what you thought you'd get out of him when he came in?
You know what? It's not surprising me, but it's I see the growth in not just the player, but in the maturity of where he's at. I had him when he was a young kid and full of talent and just wanted to go, and just like let her rip, you know. And now he's a more mature guy. And like I said, we were talking about his role is different than he came in thinking he was going to be a top 6. Well, right now we don't have room for him in the top 6, so he's got to see where he can fit in, and he understands that. The maturity of his game understands that, and he understands what comes with that, the responsibility of playing a sound game, doing little things right, where your line goes on and you can have a positive impact and not just kill some clock, you know. So that's the good part of it. He's accepted that role, and he's obviously doing very well at it right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Away from the puck and on the defensive side of the puck, is he doing the right things, in your opinion?
The only, the last game, what was it? The game the other night, I didn't think we had a lot of players that did that, and he was in that mode too, but tonight he was really solid. I mean, just doing the right thing. Sometimes you don't have to run around like a chicken with your head cut off to get things done. You're just in position and you let things come to you, and then when you find your opportunity to go, you go. And that's basically what he's done well.
Dave, I know tomorrow's a day off. Do you have an update on Mike Smith? Are you expecting him to play Thursday?
Possibly. He's skating tomorrow. He's the only guy, him and Chris Russell, the only guys skating tomorrow. So he was feeling better today, so he'll skate tomorrow. If he gets through that and then gets through a good practice on Wednesday, I'm hoping he'll play Thursday.